coffee. I'll look at the numbers. Preheat of the coil, rinse the head, grinding of the beans. Milking of the pipes or the bleeding, piping scorching hot boiling water right to the tip. And the all-important extraction. You can notice just here that when the hot water coil, which is very efficient, it's a Breville BES870, 970 I think it is, very efficient, so it shoots up to about 1600 watts when it's hitting the coil, so that's not constant. You might have noticed when I was grinding the beans that the number was up there for briefly, and it would have been simultaneously in the machine hitting the coil at that time. Now more hot water as I froth the milk. Re-bleed the lines, make sure everything's nice and clean. That's pretty much it. Now I do leave the machine running so that it's still warm for the next coffee. If we've done things right, we wind up with a couple of nice looking little beverages like this. Pass one along, and the machine's pretty ready to go. So at the end there, when I flush the lines, kind of use that water to wash out the milk jug again. Just little things like that. Trying to be very water efficient now that every drop matters, I guess, when you got to carry it on your back. And look, these are a pretty terrific machine, but they're certainly designed for house usage. But they're about 5% of the battery power from the battery bank, and that's pretty consistent, whether it's down low or up high. Really like that. I can rely on those numbers, and so I can churn through quite a few coffee rounds in the morning, especially when you know your power usage through the night and you're about to put your solar out. It took me with the world's smallest solar panel that was in partial shade and not monocrystalline, and I say it's the world's smallest, probably 160 watt rated, little fold out panel. It's not weather rated, so I kind of have to keep track of it. If I throw it out, it took maybe an hour and a half yesterday to get enough power to essentially have made a good round of coffees. So that's pretty epic. Power station I tried before this with 2000 watt hours battery life, which is actually a lot more. It's about 30% more probably than what my current power station's rated at. And I found on it I was using about 10% per round of coffees. It had 2000 watts capability. My Bluetti only has 1800. But the other power station would keep this machine. It would only use 1350 watts to heat the coil. And then I would hear the fans in the power station kick up about every 7 seconds, just for a brief moment, and it would take about 1350 watts of power. And it was obviously trying to keep the coil hot, but it was doing it constantly, every 7 seconds or so. With this one, it doesn't fire up every brief moment, but it does take the full 1600 watts. It actually gets the water to temperature. So subjectively speaking, I would say that probably makes a better coffee, actually having the water at temperature. The BES970s here actually have a thermo control on the water where you can up it by a degree or down by a degree so that you make sure that extraction is absolutely perfect. So if the company deems it so important to add that as a feature on some of its more premium coffee machines, the nature of using a power station that can't actually get the water to temperature, to me, seems like a bit of a fail. So I really love the Bluetti. It makes perfect coffee every morning and certainly plenty of rounds. But most importantly, it's not really a numbers game when it comes to power stations. If we as consumers just look at the numbers and trust that some cheap part with big numbers is going to be just as good as a quality brand with lesser quoted numbers, quite often the proof of the pudding is in the eating. I would say in this case it's in the drinking. Anyway, well wishes with you. You have a great day.